This is a system that is designed and set up for you to fail, for you to continuously be in debt, for you to be a soldier and work until you die. You can change that for you and your family. This is step one. It is time, and before you know it, your negative number is going to turn into a positive one. Most of your day is spent at work. For what? For money, right? I mean, you're not there because it's a hobby. You have responsibilities, you have bills to pay. You work for that paycheck and you worked hard for it. So every dollar of that paycheck needs to be prioritized by you. And in step 3, I had you get real honest with yourself on those wants versus needs, didn't I? Making the important things the real priority. That was you learning to be in control and prioritizing for your family, your household, and your personal situation. And that's really what a budget is, right? It's you telling your money where to go, starting with those 4 walls, your transportation, your living essentials, and then just going from there. I wanted you to see how by doing this process of just setting up your budget, you can easily see how much money you really do have, and it may have been more than you realized. We typically will live paycheck to paycheck and spend all of what we make thinking everything is okay. We continue to buy lunch every day when we're at work. We buy our kids the occasional trinkets that they ask us for. We put clothes and shoes and other online purchases on our credit cards, and we just think that everything will be okay. Then when the unexpected happens and all of our cards have been maxed out and just forget having the cash to cover the emergency, now we're really in a bind. And when things like that happen to us, we're all usually really quick to just say things like, oh, I don't make enough money, or things are just really expensive right now. But I want you to see that changing the way you look at your paycheck and deciding the order of importance for every dollar of your spending and your savings can really change everything. We also talked about sinking funds in step 3 and how those tend to be the overlooked areas, the house repairs, the car repairs, the medical emergencies. Not anymore, not with a budget. Now you have a personal written plan. So, did you talk to your partner and your kids? Did you all agree on a spending limit for each person? Do you know where your cutbacks are going to be happening so that you can start paying down your debt? Planning meals so you can save on groceries, finding items to sell, other creative ways to make money, committing to a no-buy challenge. Having all of these things in place is what's going to get that debt paid off, which in turn is going to open up all of those dollars to start putting away for your sinking funds. Like I said in step 3, saving for your sinking funds are basically you being your own bank, interest free. No need for credit cards to bail you out anymore with that 25% interest attached. You can and will actually have the cash. So let's get out that beginner budget packet from the step 1 video. Remember this? This is all you need if you are serious about changing how you deal with your personal finances. This is going to help you get through Dave Ramsey's baby steps 1, 2, and 3. In my opinion, those are the hardest ones. So if we can get you past those, you're probably going to be okay. And don't overcomplicate this. Don't think that there must be more to it, because there isn't. This is it. And I want you guys to embrace these handwritten pages, ones that you can print out and write on with a pen by yourself. No tapping buttons on a screen, not making a spreadsheet and just plugging in numbers. Not at first anyway, that will come later, but right now we're trying to get you to come out of the fog. I want you to leave the ways of today behind you for a bit. Put the cards away, get out the cash, delete the apps, click the pen. Let's retrain your brain. Handwriting has so many benefits for us. It actually helps us to process life's ups and downs, and it lights up the whole brain, while typing or doing things digitally only lights up part of the brain. And when you write a goal down, any aspiration, any dream, actually write it down with a pen and a piece of paper, you just made yourself 42% more likely to actually achieve it. Yes, simply by putting a pen to paper. Technology is great, but we are all still human. I want you to know before we start looking through this, you guys, you have actually already completed the hard parts of setting up your budget. So don't get scared and think I'm going to give you some difficult homework again. The printing it all out and the highlighting, categorizing, prioritizing. Oh my gosh, that was hard, right? But really, your decision to face it all was definitely the hardest part of all. And now you just have to write down your plan each pay period and stick to it. So let's write this budget down. So the first thing that we want to do is take the priority list that you have already done, and these were your monthly amounts that you should have on here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into how much you are going to need each paycheck for your bills and expenses to stay on the budget. Live within your means, not overspend. So you've got your income here at the top, and my baseline pay is $8,800 a month. So that will be $2,200 per week. If you are paid weekly, you're going to be like me and divide each one of these things by 4. That's the easiest way, in my opinion. That is going to show you how much you need each week to pay each of these line items. If you're paid bi-weekly, you'll divide by 2. And if you're monthly, this is your amount. Very easy, no dividing necessary. I budget weekly, as I said, so mine is divided by 4. I'm going to go ahead and write down next to each one what this number is divided by 4 for each of my paychecks. Okay, so that's step 1. Again, however you're paid, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, get the amounts that you need for each line item next to your monthly totals. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take these numbers needed for each pay period, and we're going to place them on the budget sheet. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add up all of these numbers and put the totals here in the green boxes. Okay, so let's fill out this bottom part so you guys can see how to do this one. Right here you can see the plus sign is the income, and mine is $2,200, so you would put your income there. And then you've got your fixed expenses. Mine total $1,321. Subtract, so we're going to put that 1, 3, 2, 1. Next is the variable expenses. I've got $286 here. I don't have any debts, so we're going to put a line there, but you would put anything in your credit and debt section right here under debts. So now we're going to do the math really quickly before we finish this off. We're going to take the 2,200, we're going to subtract as it shows 1,321, and we're going to subtract 286. That leaves 593. So let's put that right there as my subtotal. Now, as you can see here, I have an equal sign next to my savings. My savings says 568. So we're going to subtract 568 and see that the difference is 25. As you can see right here, there is a 0, and we're going to come back to this in just a second. But I want to talk about how this is where if you see that negative number, you're going to get upset. But getting upset about it is not going to change it. Some of you might need to make just a few little tweaks in your budget. Some of you may need to make a little bigger adjustments here and there. Some of you may need to just flat out turn your lives completely upside down. The good thing is you see now where the problem is. You can see a lot more clearly when you are doing such a major audit of your finances like this. And for me, yeah, I had to change my life completely upside down. We were spending entirely too much money on food. It had to stop. We were spending too freely on the kids. We had to stop that too. Jason was spending way too much at convenience stores when he was at work. He had to stop. I was way too quick to buy whatever was crossing my mind as a need from Amazon. I had to stop. We also saw that really big things like our vehicle payments, honestly, you guys, they were just stupid. So we sold them. We had 2 RVs in storage. We sold them. Jason had a 69 VW Bug that he loved very much, but it sat in the garage and collected dust. We sold it. We were overpaying for car insurance. We switched companies. It goes on, you guys. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The work, the phone calls, the price comparing, the posting for sale, the doing without. It is time. And before you know it, your negative number is going to turn into a positive one. Even now, you guys, I can always find things that if I needed to, I could cut out very easily. In fact, mine start right here at vitamins and go down to takeout. So let's just see if I really had to cut out some things, how much could I save right off the bat weekly? I could save $108 per week just by looking at my budget. It would take me 2 seconds to figure out what needs to go. Let's times that by 4. That would be a savings of $432 a month. That is significant just for a few line items in my budget. And I really like doing this on a budget sheet like this because now it is all on one sheet, right? It's easy to see. I can double check my numbers. And again, writing things down changes the way we comprehend, the way we think, the way we problem solve. So do not discount this step. So we're going to come back to this. Some of you may be familiar with the term zero-based budget, and some of you may not be. I had never heard of it until a few years ago when I decided to change everything with how we did our money. And it sounds like you're supposed to spend all your money down to zero, right? Not exactly. A zero-based budget is when you have given every dollar a place to go. Every dollar is accounted for, so none of your paycheck has the chance to just poof, be gone. So what I'm doing is taking my $2,200 and I'm making sure that I am telling that $2,200 where it's going to go. Not to where being too tired to cook tells it to go, or thinking I deserve a new outfit tells it to go. I have made this contract with myself. And as I said, this is where our discipline comes in. So as you see, I do have a small buffer here of $25. It's not all the way down to zero, but that is perfectly fine. You get the idea here, right? Just try to get as close as you can to zero. Sometimes I'm right at it. Sometimes I'm just very close, and that is perfectly fine. Now, another thing that I want to show you is something that I didn't use when I first started budgeting, but I wish I would have. And that is a monthly calendar. This is definitely the best visual that you could possibly have with your bills. It really keeps you on track, and you can see so easily what bills are going to get paid with what paycheck. Now let me show you. This is a viewer's budget that I completed for her to get her back on track. She had 18 credit card payments to keep track of. So if you also have a lot of payments like she did, this is really going to help you to gain some clarity and not feel so out of control. This biweekly budget sheet and monthly calendar is actually available as a dollar digital in my Ko-fi shop. I'm going to link that in the pinned comments for you guys. And there's also a video that shows you how to use this system. It is very detailed for my bi-weekly budgeters. And by the way, you guys, this young lady, she gave me an update a few weeks ago, and I am very happy to say she has been able to pay off $8,000 so far. And she has agreed to do a phone interview with me very soon to share with you guys on a future video. We're going to talk about how she was able to do that in about 6 months. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so that you don't miss that, and much more coming up, all of which is going to help you step out of this fog. Get organized, get this debt paid off, and start living that stress-free life that you really do deserve. So really quickly, I just want to show you these calendars, how you can organize your paychecks with what is coming due, and you know exactly what is going where and when. And again, check out this video. I go over this in great detail. Again, don't discount something as basic as that monthly calendar. Okay, so let's go over this packet. As I said, this is the free version. We're going to take a look at what we have for you. This can really help you stay disciplined in your journey to completing baby steps 1, 2, and 3. And who doesn't want that, right? I mean, you're going to save up your $1,000 starter fund. So now you've got that buffer to begin step 2 of paying off all of your debt. And then once you have that paid off, then you can easily save up your 3 to 6 months for that true emergency fund. I mean, come on, you guys. So now you've got that budget sheet that we just completed, and you're going to do this every pay period or every month. It's up to you how often. I will say that I suggest no matter how often you are actually filling it out, that you check in with it every week, especially at first, to make sure that you are sticking with it, that your numbers are still accurate. You're going to see where you need to make adjustments. So let's say that you contracted with yourself to spend $150 on your groceries like me, but after week 1, you check in and you see that you actually spent $200. Okay, so you're already over $50, right? So now this week coming up, you're just going to have to adjust that to $100. And when I go over my grocery budget, I do a pantry challenge. No matter what goes on with this, remember that there is always, always, always a solution. Don't get upset with the overspends or the emergencies that are going to happen, and they're going to take away from your expected budget. Just do your best and keep going. Having this in place and doing the work is just always going to have you sitting in a better position than if this budget didn't exist in your life, and that is the bottom line. So in this packet, you're also going to find a cash planning sheet, a no-buy challenge tracker, spending tracker, and your emergency tracker. This is where you will keep track of your savings for your $1,000 emergency fund, baby step 1. And these things, these are all part of your budget. These are all going to help this be at its best. This is a video that I have for you that goes over this packet in detail, each one of these pages and how you can use it to have your best budget in place. Okay, you guys, we did it. We have our budgets set up. We've got steps 1 through 4, very detailed. They will always be here on YouTube for you to watch as many times as you need, and you can share with your friends and family to help them get their budget in order as well, which is really my hope, you guys. I want this information to circulate as far and wide as absolutely possible. Most finance companies, groups, or people, they charge you for a quarter of this information. I did this for free because I am so sick of seeing people fall victim to predatory loans. I am tired of how our education system teaches us algebra, but there is not one class on how to do personal finances. I am so done knowing that an 18-year-old kid can sign a student loan document for $100,000 of debt, but no bank will give that same 18-year-old kid a $20,000 loan to start up a business for himself. This is a system that is designed and set up for you to fail, for you to continuously be in debt, for you to be a soldier and work, work, work until you die. You can change that for you and your family. This is step one. Get your money right, get yourself out of debt, get that freedom for yourself, and watch how your view of credit just naturally starts to change. You will look back and realize the true impact it had on your life. Get those questions in the comment section below. I'm going to look them over, and if I see that you guys are needing a live, I will get that scheduled for you. And again, subscribe so you know that that live is coming. In the meantime, here is that video that goes over every page of that freebie budgeting packet that you have, so you can put it all together and see how those other pages will benefit you as well. Share this series, and I will see you next time.